There are positives and negatives with anywhere you want to live. And after living here in Alaska for over 15 years, I'm 100% sure that the pros definitely outweigh the cons. All right, the first big con is sticker shock. So if you've lived in the lower 48 all of your life, you're likely used to homes that are built to maximize living space as opposed to energy efficiency. And homes in the interior of Alaska are all built towards maximizing energy efficiency over living space. Don't get me wrong, we absolutely want as much living space as we can get, but with more space comes the need to heat that space, which is expensive. And the interior of Alaska, this might be news to some folks, is one of the most austere and hazardous environments in the world due to the extreme temperatures, the amount of snow that we get, the ground that we have. It's constantly finding new ways to take all of these cool things that we've taken from nature and bring them right back to nature. Building these huge homes everywhere, we're doing everything that we can to build homes that are going to last a really long. So one of the things that people experience, especially when they're new to the area, is this sticker shock. Like, wow, in Texas, where I was looking, $300,000 could buy you a pretty big house. You may not be getting a large home for the price that you're paying, but one thing that you are paying for is energy efficiency. In fact, one thing that you should take a look at is the Cold Climate Housing Research Center at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. They've got a ton of information about the cutting edge energy efficient building techniques, and with their help, builders are actually able to build really, really great homes in some of the harshest environments on the planet. Big pro, Mother Nature. When it comes to the interior of Alaska, the great outdoors is right out your front door. And there is something for just about everyone when it comes to, taking advantage of everything that Alaska has to offer. Whether it's hiking or biking or fishing or camping, it takes about 5 minutes to get off the beaten path and find something to do outside. Denali National Park, there are hundreds of state parks. There are a ton of borough and school parks all over the place. So if you are looking for something to get outside and go do, there is always something that you can go do. And when it comes to outside activities and just overall outside hobbies, chances are if you're looking for it, if it exists to do outside, you can find it here in Fairbanks. And if it does and you can't find it, chances are if you start a community, you can find some people that are going to be interested in doing it too. Oh, I almost forgot, we just updated our Fairbanks relocation guide. It's filled with all kinds of essential information that you need, especially if you're planning a move to Fairbanks. Click the link in the description below if you want to get your copy of it. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more Fairbanks-related real estate content. We've got tons of stuff. We're dropping about 2 videos a week, so make sure to like and subscribe our videos for more Fairbanks-related real estate content. Another con, getting used to saying goodbye. So with Fairbanks sitting right at the heart of a few military installations, chances are really good that you're going to make some good friends that have relocated here due to either Fort Wainwright or Eielson Air Force Base. This means that every 3 to 4 years or so, some of your friends may be relocating to their next duty station. If you're a member of the armed forces, whether it's the Army or the Air Force, this isn't something that's very new to you. So making friends at every new duty station is just something that you do. But if you're not used to it, it can be a little bit heartbreaking to make really great friends and then have them leave every few years. Although this can be pretty tough, I have to say that now some of our best friends are all over the world, and now we've got some of the best excuses ever to go see family and friends everywhere. Just remember, we never say goodbye, we're just saying see you later. Another pro, family friendly. Fairbanks is super family friendly. Everything here is basically set up to be for kids. I've got a 6-year-old and a 10-year-old, and we find something to do just about every day, whether it's summer or winter. There's pretty much always something going on at Pioneer Park all the time. There's also the Children's Museum downtown, which is a great resource for kids. There's also the Fairbanks North Star Borough Public Library. My kids are there a few times a week. They love it. And I mentioned before that there are a bunch of school and city, borough, state, and national parks all over the area that are all also available for kids too. So there are a ton of things that are here for kids in whether it's the summer or the winter. So if you want to do something, if you want to be outside, you want to be inside with kids, there's something to do. You don't have to just sit inside your house all day, every day, all winter or all summer. Con, speaking of winter, we tend to feel winter weather like sub-freezing temperatures in early October, and it'll typically stay there for until March or April time frame. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you that during the deepest, darkest, coldest part of the winter, that December, January time frame, it can be tough. It gets cold and it gets dark, and around the winter solstice time frame, it's the light that we do get is more like twilight than actual daylight. The temperatures that we get during that December, January timeframe dip down to like the 30s and 40 below, pretty regularly, but they hover around 10 below, pretty typically. There's no getting around it. It's cold. But just like being in the desert in the summer, really aren't a lot of opportunities where you're going to be outside in the extreme cold for a whole lot of extended amount of time. When you do go outside, it's typically that you're just moving from warm inside to warm vehicle or cold vehicle that you're starting, so that way it's warm when you get in to go drive to wherever you're going. So prolonged exposure to the cold isn't something to necessarily worry about. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't prepare for it. You definitely want to prepare for it. You should absolutely invest in some good cold weather gear. A great place to stop by for some great cold weather gear is the Prospector Outfitters on South Cushman. They have a huge selection, awesome prices, and that's where my family gets all of our cold weather gear. I highly recommend shopping there. Next pro, summers in Alaska can't be beat. So summers last from about mid-May to about mid-September here in Fairbanks, and they're unbelievable. For many people, the summers here are the absolute #1 reason for living here, and will actually leave during the winter months for warmer temperatures. The sun shines for around 20 and a half hours around the winter solstice, and temperatures hover around the mid-70s to 80s. During the summertime, folks in Alaska take full advantage. Earlier, I mentioned all the outdoor activities that you can take part in the summer, but we're not limited to just playing outside in the sunlight. We can also use the sunlight for gardening too. Many people, including my family, will use the summer's never-ending sunlight to grow a huge garden to help offset food costs. Also, lots of people in Fairbanks use sunlight to help lower their electricity bills. Because we get so much sunlight from April through October, many local homeowners have added solar panels to their property, and many of them have been able to cut their electricity bills in half every year. Speaking of bills, if you're curious about the cost of living for Fairbanks, take a look at this video here. It will definitely answer any of the questions that you have about, what the expenses may look like for living here in Fairbanks. Hope you got some value out of this video. If you'd like to see some more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel, give us a little thumbs up. As always, if you've got questions about this topic or any others, you can give us a call at 907-885-0316. You can also reach out to us at our website, www.fbxhomesearch.com. Thank you so much and have a great day.